What's going on YouTube? So today I wanted to show you guys how to make the best pricing guide for wedding videography. What I went ahead and did was get a bunch of different pricing sheets from some of our colleagues and just make some simple numbers so that it's easy to understand. But these numbers don't reflect how much any of us really charge. It's just to make it simple and easy. I wrote down a bunch of notes that I will show on the screen, and I'll just be looking down at my notebook for like the majority of the time. So there's a couple key notes that I went over with my business partner in order to make like what we call a bulletproof pricing guide. The first note that I have here is the bigger the package, the more savings your bride is potentially gonna have. It makes it bulletproof in a way where, like, let's say they want to go with a higher package, they can't say, well, if I take this away from the package, then it equals the same amount as this, or if I want to add this, then it's the same thing as that package. I'll get a little bit more into that when I show the numbers and everything, but you just want to make it so that every package, like the higher the package, the more savings they're getting from the package before it. The next key thing is that you want to make sure to have an item on the pricing guide or items that don't change at all. In our case, we have the short highlight film, the 3 to 5 minute highlight, and that comes in every single package, and that helps set the base price for the packages. The next key item that you want to make sure to think about when making your pricing guide is to have an a la carte system. You have to make sure to price every single thing in your pricing guide. In some of our past pricing guides, we didn't have an a la carte system, so it was very like, so how much do the hours cost? How much is a highlight film by itself? What if you stayed 2 extra hours? How much does the extra videographer cost? And it was like, I don't know. I just throw numbers out there, and then it just doesn't make any sense. But when you write it down, it all makes sense, and then there's just no questions. The next thing is that, in my opinion, I believe that the smallest package is the most important package on your pricing guide. You know, the smallest package is just the package that you don't want to book, but it sets the base price. And then your highest package is just the package that they get everything, and the bride's saving a lot of money, and you're also making a lot of money. With all those keynotes, you will end up with a bulletproof, what we call a bulletproof pricing guide. So let's get into the numbers and go from there. What I want to do first is go over the a la carte that we have, just so the numbers make sense and I can just go over what we offer, and then that'll help like make you guys understand all the collections and what they come with. The first two things in our a la carte system are the extra hour and the extra videographer. Having that extra hour there adds like a monetary value to the different collections. So the difference between collection 1 and collection 3 there's obviously going to be an hour difference. And then just by having the hour difference, you can already just add up what the price difference would be if you were just to add extra hours on top of the package. The next thing on our a la carte system is the 1 minute teaser that is not offered in any of our packages. Then we have the long highlight, which is a 10 to 15 minute highlight. Our short one is 3 to 5. And then the full length, what we call our full length documentary, but that one is like the whole entire day, the whole ceremony, the whole reception, all the formalities, all the speeches, you name it, whatever. Everything comes in that video. And they're both priced at $1,000. And we'll get into the packages later, but trust me, it makes sense. Next up is drone coverage. When we say drone coverage, we make sure to specify that as drone coverage of the wedding day locations and not drone coverage of the couple themselves. We purposely do that just so sometimes you don't have to actually film the drone on a wedding day if they book the drone. And then of course, if we also have footage from previous weddings, we can use the same footage in the new weddings. We also offer the raw footage. It doesn't come with any collections, but sometimes the couples just ask, and we just wanted to put a price on it. I mean, it's their wedding. I mean, I feel like they should have the right to their own footage, but some people disagree, but whatever. Then last, we just put a price on their engagement shoot and a rehearsal dinner. We get those questions often, and is it part of the package? Is it this, is that, whatever? We just put a number on it, and it's basically a huge discount, and it just also guarantees like work the previous day, which is just more money, and it's good. So looking at the first collection, it's a 6-hour package. I wrote a 6-hour package, 1 videographer, and a short highlight. Now, the 6 hours, when you just add up based off the a la carte system, it comes out to $3,000 automatically. Then you add the 1 videographer for $500. And since the short highlight comes in every collection, we kind of just say it's just part of the package, you know? So already the price should be $3,500, but in this case, we can say that the package will cost $3,000. And I feel like that is a number that we could be happy with, and the bride would still be saving $500. Now, part of making it like this bulletproof pricing guide is just thinking, okay, well, what can the couple want more than that? And it just leads you to collection 2. So moving forward with collection 2, we can say that it comes with 8 hours, 2 videographers, a short highlight, and a choice between the long highlight and the full-length documentary. So if you were to just add up those without a collection, like without a pricing guide price, 8 hours is $4,000, 2 videographers is $1,000. The choice of your full-length documentary or the long highlight is another $1,000. So the total of all that is $6,000, but if you offer it for $4,500, technically the bride or the couple would be saving $1,500, and you're still making a $1,500 profit in front of the first package just by being there like an extra 2 hours. To the bride, to the couple, it is a steal because they're getting a lot more for less than what it would be if they were just to pick it from the a la carte section. So you have collection 1, a 6-hour package. Right as they add 2 more hours on top of that to make it 8 hours, it's already a $4,000 package. And then you tell them, look, I can't do an 8-hour wedding by myself. So you add the second shooter, and it becomes $4,500. And then it's like, you want the long video, then now it's $5,500. It starts to just add up for the bride, but it makes more sense when they book just a collection straight off your guide. So then the next package would be what I made as like a collection 3, just bumping up collection 2. Instead of 8 hours, now it's 10 hours. Instead of 2 videographers, now it's 2 videographers and an assistant. You get the short highlight, still the choice between the long highlight or the full length video. And now we're adding the drone coverage. Technically on our end, you're staying the day, you're staying there a little bit longer, but I mean, you're not gonna book something else on the same day as a wedding. So whatever, that's fine. But the only other difference on our end is the drone, which again, you might not even have to fly, and just bringing an assistant. Your assistant rate can vary, but you're basically just making a lot more money just by paying an assistant, like, if you really think about it. Looking at the pricing, when you add up everything from the a la carte, it adds up to $7,500, $7,500. The package is $5,500. That's what we would price it at. And the bride is saving $2,000 by going with collection 3. Now, if we were to, again, add on top of collection 3, and this is like the ultimate package where the bride would say, I want everything you have that's on the a la carte. And if you were to add up everything yourself, it would just be around $10,000. That's not including the raw footage, the engagement shoot, all the things that just don't get delivered like that. It would come out to $10,000. But we would charge it at $7,000, which is a $3,000 savings for the bride if she went with the biggest collection. And then again, we would add another videographer. So the only cost difference really for us is just paying a little bit more than an assistant to have an extra videographer there. You're still doing the same amount of work. Okay, you're there for a couple extra hours. That's not a big deal. The only difference in deliverables is that you're gonna give them the longer highlight and the full length documentary, but that's just a couple days in your studio editing. It's not a big deal. So I mean, that's about it. I know that might have been like very confusing and I was going through it really fast, but feel free to ask as much questions as you want. I'll try to reply to them. And yeah, check out my channel and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.